Alright, Game Instruction Fail Part 8. If you just found this video now and don't know what this is and would like to know, or are curious, please watch Game Instruction Fail Part 1 as it explains everything. Alright, right into it again. What game am I going to talk about now, you say? Oh, it's simple. Let's chalk another one up for Bethesda's Oblivion and Shivering Isles. Alright. People don't realize it, but there's a bunch of broken quest lines and stuff in Oblivion and Shivering Isles. Some of the stuff actually isn't game-breaking, but in Shivering Isles, there's a game-breaking quest in there because it affects the main quest that I couldn't finish. I actually had to be told how to do it, and I'll explain the entire situation. And then I'm going to explain something about Bethesda in general. Anyway, Bethesda, a lot of the quests in Oblivion actually are completely useless because they don't actually explain to you how to go about doing what they're talking about. For example, let me bring up the haunted house quest. Okay, it's buying a house over, I forget where the haunted house was, but the point is that you're told to go in there and check the house from top to bottom. And when you do, nothing happens. So now what the hell are you supposed to do? There's nothing actually in your journal that says what to do. You've already searched the house from top to bottom and nothing triggers. If you go back to talk to the person who gave you that quest to begin with, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. So you basically wind up at a dead-end quest. Of course, obviously, at this point, everybody knows enough that you need to sleep in one of the beds in the house, but how the hell are you supposed to do that? The only way you can do that is if you're told or somehow you just decide to sleep in the bed, because I don't know about anybody else, but in Oblivion, I don't really sleep at all. The only time I use a bed is to level up, or if I have to get it dark, or I have to let the time pass, which is what I usually do is wait. But I almost never use a bed unless I level. So that was part of the problem with that. I just found that amusing. It tells you to, check the house, and when you do, nothing happens. A little odd, but whatever. And then there is the Nocturnal Shrine quest, which gives you the Unbreakable Lockpick. You have to be level 10 to get it, and basically it says go find information out about 2 thieves. Now, it gives you the map markers on the map. Now, the first problem you run into is that when you walk into town, the map markers disappear. So you have no idea, which is fine. Okay, you have to find the information out. That's not a problem. The problem comes into, usually when you want information in an RPG, you actually go talk to people. That's fine. What the game doesn't tell you is that there's only a couple different guards in this town. I think there's maybe 3 guards in the entire town out of the 20 in there, or however many are in there, that only have information. Now, I've actually had people say, it's in their topic title. There's no way to know what's in their topic title unless A, you've written down everything, B, you have the game memorized, or C, you somehow know what topics aren't there before, because if you've never talked to that guard, you're not going to know what does and what does not belong there. So anyway, if you just somehow manage to talk to, let's say 4 guards, and not one of them is one of the guards with the information, you are going to assume no guard in that town has any information about them because all the guards have the same script, except for 3, but you're not told that. That resorts to you now talking to other people, because again, the same thing happens. If you talk to a couple people, beggars or whatever, if you talk to 3 beggars, and one of them has information, but that's the 4th beggar you never talked. Let's say you've talked to beggars, and you talk to 5, you're supposed, let's say there were 5 beggars in the town, only one of them has the information. If you happen to talk to 2 or 3 beggars that don't have that information, again, all the beggars, like the guards, have the same script. You're not going to follow it. Therefore, you're never going to find that guy because you're going to stop talking to them because you missed it. So basically, if you don't wind up getting lucky and talking to one of the guards with the information to begin with, you're never going to know. So now that leads the question of where's the information? Because now you're looking for a needle in a haystack, because anybody knows that Morrowind games, when you were told to find information, you could be being told anything from looking in a river to finding a piece of paper to looking for a ring to, to opening crates, searching bodies. You get the idea. That's a Morrowind and Oblivion game for you. So that's just, I find that interesting how that quest is broken and people think there's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know, people are just stupid. The other thing is that there's a part in the Mage's Guild quest in the main game of Oblivion that Usually in an RPG game, when you talk to somebody, you're told to go talk to somebody, and when you're done fulfilling whatever that person wants, you are told by that person who to go speak to next. Or you can look in your journal or whatever. But the problem with this particular quest is, I forget where in the Mages Guild quest it is, but there comes a point in time where the person that you're told to go talk to after you're done doing errands doesn't have anything left to say, and then there's nothing in your journal. So you are in the middle of a Mages Guild quest with no information about where to go next. I forget where that is in the Mages Guild quest, or I tell you, but next time you play in the Mages Guild quest, if you do, watch for that, because the guy doesn't tell you, you have no idea where you're supposed to be going. Alright, that brings me to Shivering Isles. Shivering Isles has a broken quest line in it because, at least for me it was, because when I play a warrior, I do not pick up magic items unless it's absolutely required by a quest, or I needed money. But at this point, when you were in Shivering Isles, at the time Shivering Isles came out, had you been playing Oblivion, money wasn't a factor, so anything that really didn't, that you didn't deem expensive, you're not going to really pick it up. I mean, some people do, but I don't. So anyway, the quest I'm talking about is the crystal quest for Groomites. I guess the Groomites had a fawn for crystals and stuff, and then you had to find it. You got to remember, I was a warrior and had a lot of money. So I went in, and it told me to find a crystal. So now when I'm looking for a crystal, I actually am looking for something called something like a Welkin stone or an alien stone, or a Welkin stone, or whatever it is. Because that's what it's telling me to look for, because that's what's in my head, because that's what all I've known is crystals, because it says crystals. Well, Bethesda decided to put a quest item on a quest piece on a class-specific item, which I guess was a staff. Why the hell would I ever pick up a staff? I'm a warrior. I already had enough money, there's no point. So basically, I never wound up picking up the staff because I didn't know. And even after I picked up the staff, somebody finally told me I picked up the staff. I'm like, there's no crystals on this thing. There's no crystals. Why do I need the staff? I guess you're supposed to take the staff apart. So unless you're told that, unless you have any reason to pick up a staff, if you're not a mage, you have no reason to pick up a staff for some weird reason. So I don't know, that quest is broken. And the other thing I like about, that I found amusing in Oblivion, is that when you're told to go buy a horse, I love this repetitive thing. When you're told to go buy a horse, you are told by somebody this exact sentence: go talk to so-and-so about buying a horse. Then, once you find that person and go in there, and when you activate them to talk to them, at the very top in their topic title says buy a horse. Pretty simple, right? Okay, now you apply that to buying a house. The same exact thing. So it says, okay, buy a house, basically the same exact type of sentence. Go talk to so-and-so about buying a house. Okay, so when you go talk to that person, when you talk to them and you activate to talk to them, what's the first thing in the topic title? Just like buy a horse, buy a house, right at the topic title, right at the top. Now I'm going to tell you where the problem is. Buying furniture for your house. Again, you're told to go talk to so-and-so about buying a house. Sound familiar? Yeah, you're told to go talk to so-and-so about buying a horse. You're told to go talk to so-and-so about buying a house. Now you're told to go talk to so-and-so about buying furniture. No problem. So you figured that you're going to buy furniture for a house, you're going to talk to the person, it's going to be in the topic title, and it's not. So and then people says, oh, you're supposed to know what that means. No, it's supposed to be in the topic title because that's what you're told. You're told the same thing about buying a horse, you're told the same thing about buying a house. Why the hell is buying furniture any different? So Bethesda has a habit of being repetitive with their stuff and then sucker-shotting you with something that's not the way they told you to do it, even though they've already set you up to do it. Anyway, that's the end of that segment. See you in the next one.